What's up? You're listening to the Juan and Joe Podcast. This episode is brought to you by ktshirts.net.
I am live.
Live on record.
Live on record on Tascam.
Today only. You can get it later, though.
All right, back again to another episode of Juan and Joe Podcast.
We are back. I am Jonathan Baden.
I am Jose Meza.
Or so our parents told us.
Yes.
I was going to tell you, I put up episode 6 recently, and I didn't know if you had seen in the notes on there, because episode 6 is where we got a little bit wild with Steel Panther.
Yes.
You're talking about it, so I put the link to the glory hole video in the show notes. Yeah, I was
beautiful.
I was typing it up, and I wanted to put like this episode is brought to you by Steel Panther. Just kidding, we wish. But I didn't know if they get mad, so I didn't put that on there. I was like, but I put the video up. I'm like, here's the video we were talking about in the episode, and I put the link to their YouTube channel, and hopefully people check it out. I was like, I got at least like, and we talked about it for the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes of it. We were in there for a while.
That was hysterical, though.
It was so funny.
That shit is so good. So good.
And now people can check it out.
Check out Steel Panther. Yeah. I mean, you guys would definitely get a kick out of it. That shit is fucking fantastic.
Tomorrow night. I was going to put a link to that one. I'm like, we'll just get them to the channel. I'm not going to put 15 songs in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, but which 15?
But, yeah. Yeah, and then, I mean, we're just directing to somebody else.
Yeah, that video was just so... All right, check out this video. You'll love it.
It's so good, though. It really is. It's so good. So this is episode number 10, right? Or 9?
9.
Episode number 9. Sorry, almost double digits.
We're close.
Number 9... 7, 8, 9. Yeah, because, 8. Wow. Okay. Episode 9. This is Letters from B-Rad.
Hell yes.
As we always do, we're just going to go into it in just a little bit. On episode number 8, I did mention yesterday. So I don't really want to start out on a shitty note, but I will, just because I wasn't really going to say anything originally, but I think sometimes it just helps me at least, like, okay. I go to the gym quite frequently, and every Sunday when I go do legs, there's these couple cats that I talk to, Bill and Randy. And I don't know their last... Well, I know Randy's last name, but I'm not going to say it. I just let you know that it's just some cats that I see at the gym. Randy has done a lot. He's very much into politics and something to do with... I forgot what his card says. But anyway, he kind of represents the U.S. government in a way.
Okay.
Bill is... I'm not sure what Bill does, but he's a good guy. He's a nice guy. I don't know if I should say what we call him or what we used to call him, because I don't know if he'll ever actually come around the time that you listen to this. But we did call him Bruce Jenner. Just kind of, that was just a similarity a little bit. Bill ended up being a very nice guy, though, so I don't really call him Bruce Jenner too much unless I'm trying to describe him to somebody.
Yeah.
But I talked to him. I found out that for the last, 5 or 6 years, he actually, every Wednesday, he volunteers his time to animal... I don't know if it's the Humane Society or what, but every Wednesday he volunteers his time. So he loves animals, and very nice guy, always there. And so usually Bill and Randy will work out legs together and so forth. And I also saw Randy there, and I eventually just started talking to him. He always was talking to everybody also, and just a nice guy and everything. And I've been, probably bullshitting with these guys for the last couple of years, I would say.
Right.
Then I I saw Bill one time and I said, Bill, you're all by yourself, today. And he's like, yeah. He says, Randy's having some kind of really bad pain in his neck. It's, something to do. Something is pinching a nerve. Something. He's just severe pain.
Yeah.
He's like, so he's been kind of laid out a little bit. And I was like, oh, shit, that sucks. He goes, yeah, he's trying to get better. So he hasn't been able to hit the gym as frequently. And Randy does a lot of traveling because he's kind of like a regional, I think, director of something like that.
Sure.
So he's doing a lot of traveling, and so he's like, yeah, he's been out for a little while, and I said, well, hopefully he gets better and see him soon.
Yeah.
And then maybe a few weeks ago, I came into the gym. I was talking to one of my buddies that I hadn't seen for a little while. I think Jimmy is the guy I used to work out with, and I hadn't seen him for a while, so I was bullshitting with him, and I saw Randy actually just kind of passing by, and I was like, oh, but I was talking to my buddy, but I was like, oh, hey, Randy, and he's like, hey, Jose, and I figured I'm gonna catch him because he'd usually show up to the gym about the time I would, so it'd almost be the same. Every once in a while, we'd even just kind of work out together because we just happen to be on the same machine, and along with Bill, and he kind of passed by. I was like, "Oh, I'll just talk to him when I see him here in a few minutes because I'm gonna go work out legs." But he was gone. And I was like, "Oh, he must have came in early." But I thought, "Oh, cool. He's back at the gym.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Next week I'll be able to catch up with him and talk to him and stuff like that." So I'm like, "Cool," So, he definitely looked a little bit smaller. Obviously, he's definitely gone through some shit. It looked like, and I was like, "Cool. I'll just talk to him later." And then for the last few times I haven't seen him, nor hadn't seen Bill. So I thought, well, maybe they're just, working on different times and so forth like that. And then yesterday I showed up to the gym and I go and I see Bill across the way, and I'm kind of warming up, and he wanders over to me and he's like, hey, Jose. And I was like, hey, what's up, Bill? And he's like, not much. And he's like, had you seen Randy? And I said, have you seen Randy or something like that? And I said, no. I told him, a few weeks ago, I was talking to a friend. I kind of see him, and then I thought, I'll just talk to him later. And he says, he's like, you didn't hear what happened? And I said, no. And he said, he shot himself. He killed himself.
Oh shit!
And I was just in disbelief. And it's just not a guy that you saw that he was always happy and funny and laughing, and it was just very surreal and sad. I just couldn't believe that happened. And I don't know, unfortunately, I don't know what happened, and it's just sad when you see somebody, and I figured, hey, I'll see him next week.
Yeah, I'll just catch him next week.
I'll never see him again, and it's unfortunate, but I guess he ended up committing suicide. I don't know why. He has a wife that he's been married to for a long time. I don't know of any other family or anything like that. Very successful guy though, also. But it was a shame, and I don't know if it was the pain, but the weird thing is that Bill had talked to his wife, and said, that they had gone to another doctor, and they said, oh, you know what, the pain, I don't think the pain's coming from this side of the neck. I think it's coming from the other side of the neck. And he said, I think they took the wrong shots from here. I think we should take some shots from here. I think that's where your problem is. Let's schedule an appointment for next week. And they were like, okay, cool. So they left, and okay, good. We might be able to find something here finally. And so then, and this is only from what Bill said and what I guess what he talked to his wife about. Yeah. It said that, everything seemed okay, everything's cool, and so he had to get some more painkillers prescribed because he was in that much pain. And he said that they were, at the house. I don't know if it was the same day or later or what. And I guess Randy was just in his office, in his home office, and his wife says, hey, I'm going to go to the drugstore and get your painkillers. And Randy says, okay. And he's like, hey, do you mind making me, lunch real quick? And she's like, no, sure. So she made him lunch, and, she left to go get the painkillers. And I guess when she came back is when she unfortunately found him.
Oh, man. That's brutal for her.
Yeah. So it's it sucks, and it's sad. It kind of took me off, it took me for surprise last night. It's always sad.
Take the
and
wind
then
out of your sails for sure.
Yeah, when you know somebody, it really sucks. So, just a shout out to everybody, and I know we always take things for granted, but it's hard not to. I mean, that's just unfortunately human nature to a point. But
it is. It's human nature to put your blinders up and just kind of go through without thinking about it.
See you Monday.
Yeah,
see you Monday.
Yeah.
See you Monday.
Yep, and you think,
but
if you think about it, it would weigh you down too much if you went the other way.
Absolutely, and that's what Felix and I were talking about. It's like, well, you're gonna, every time leave the gym, I'm like, hey, buddy, miss you, love you, just you're not.
Right.
It's just overboard the other way, too.
Right.
Just weird,
Right.
And at that point,
Yeah.
like fuck, man, this guy's always wanting to fucking.
So awkward,
so
man.
weird,
Yeah. I mean, he hugs really well, but I don't need 3 hugs a day from him.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's like, wow, and you don't know. I mean, we take it for granted, but I think also we don't take the time enough to kind of think about, how wonderful things are sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to throw that out there for everybody just to know, like, I mean, always at least try to reflect a little bit of what we have, and it's too bad that we lose friends to unfortunate circumstances and families and all that, but I just figured just to get it off my chest and move on. But it was definitely a little heartbreaking for me yesterday and this morning to hear the news.
That's really unfortunate. I'm really sorry that happened. It's good to get it, like you said, though, take something out of it, is, take a step back and reflect on all the things you're thankful for and everything else. And I hope everybody does that. But it just, God.
Yeah, I know.
Brutal.
I know. It's insane. So I apologize for starting on such a hard note, but I think it's better to start off something and then end something good than the other way around.
It'd be a hell of a close.
Yeah. So that part sucked. But anyways, we just got back from eating, and now we are refueled.
Oh, refueled. We're awake again. I was already awake.
Yeah, kind of.
Coffee, a little Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I had a buddy that was asking me to go to Postino with him to go have some drinks, but I just wouldn't be very productive anymore after that.
It's funny how it does that. Like, if you're once you crack open a beer, you pretty much said fuck the rest of the day.
Yeah,
like, you'll get some stuff done, you'll have some fun, but like if you had something you had to do, it is no better demotivator than alcohol.
No, definitely not.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I should clean up the garage and go get an oil change or just
tomorrow
sit
sounds
here
good.
And play some Call of Duty. Crack up another beer, invite somebody over, and then it's done. I mean, you need it. You have to do it, but
it's
nice. The earlier in the day you crack that beer, the less productive the whole weekend's going to be.
Absolutely.
Fuck.
No doubt about it. It is worked that way, and it would have been nice because, of course, again, we were just talking about taking advantage of what we have.
Oh yeah.
But we had scheduled this podcast already, and don't want to go away from the podcast right now.
We're working, damn it.
It's always fun though, always fun, and if we could take our equipment over there and fucking podcast at Postino, then that would definitely be the way to go.
Yep. Once we have the Rogan set up with their own place, we'll just have them come over.
Yeah,
dude, we're doing a podcast. Just come over in like a half hour. We'll be done. Or, come over now and jump on. But,
yeah, absolutely. We have a bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Bartender.
She's underage, but,
Which is perfect because it's cheap.
And she's illegal.
And she's illegal, so it's cash under the table.
We don't have a tax form for her. So. She's paid in tips only, but not yours. Put yours away.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's I mean, man, it'd be nice when we get that though. Fuck.
She's a Mexican gal, midget, no legs. We call her Consuelo.
Tiny, which really doesn't. I mean, most Mexican chicks are already tiny anyway. So, and I could say that.
Even tinier.
Yeah. Oh man. The only time that sometimes beer does work, though, is the little bit of creative juices get flowing. Sometimes I think more, all of a sudden, shit just fucking pops open and we're on a fucking roll.
It just loosens you up a little bit, too. Like, golf is better. 3-4 beers, but then 6 beers, golf goes downhill again.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
First couple drives, when you only got 1 beer, you're like, oh, I suck at this game. And then 3-4 beers, you're like, oh, everything's loose. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm just walking up, hitting the ball, don't give a fuck. And then 6 beers in, I'm like, okay, it's about time to call somebody else to hit for me because I'm about done with this shit.
Mm-hmm. God, and then with this fucking sun out here at this time, it's even easier to basically say, like, all right, fuck this,
Turn into a piece of beef jerky out there.
Yeah. But, yeah, definitely still not as bad right now. So it's 1:30 right now for us, and it was actually not bad when we went out there just now.
No, it wasn't too bad. Not as bad as it could have been. There was some overcast earlier today, and the storms have broken up some of the humidity, and it's clearing out. And I don't know. It's always kind of a teaser, like around now, or August, mid-August, late August, we'll start to get a couple days that aren't miserable, and be like, oh, fall's coming, and then September we'll get another 105-degree
screwed.
day. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Early teaser.
Yeah. And then, what is it? The next. So Labor Day is coming up.
Yeah.
I know Baden's got some plans. He'll be out this Monday. We try to get together at least every Monday to get shit done together, worked out, whatever you may call it. I don't know when we're going to release the episode for Hour 7. I don't know if it's going to be this Monday or what. But
I think that's when it's scheduled.
Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. Yep. So I'm not doing much anything Labor Day weekend, but I know we have a couple weekends, I think, in September that we're going to be out. Yep. But hopefully we'll still be putting something up.
Oh yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get some stuff up.
Yeah. I might be heading up a little bit north from here. Not sure though. And but we'll see what goes on. I'm trying to think of anything else now the holidays are coming up pretty soon, so shit's going to be getting a little bit harder to schedule and stuff.
As soon as the weather turns nice, the weather is perfect, and then time gets tough because it's got holidays and everything else, but
yeah,
it's all right. That's when we have to really push through. That's when we have to just get it done anyways.
We'll be fine, I know, but fuck.
Yeah.
I just want to get more shit.
Need 45 hours a week to do this shit.
Yeah, definitely. So why don't you donate too?
Yeah, we have a PayPal account. You don't have to give us cash.
You could write it off, I think.
I think so. We'll have to get juanandjoestudios.org.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we're okay, I think.
And then October we have Call of Duty. Are you gonna get the new Call of Duty? What did you think about it?
I did like it. I liked it a lot. I liked it better than World War II. I played that a few times. It was okay, but I like the new Call of Duty. There were a couple things that annoyed the shit out of me, like the barbed wire was pretty dumb.
That was fucking retarded, man.
And then when I threw one down, I accidentally picked that dude that had the barbed wire, and I'm like, God damn it! So I threw it down, and I kept running. It was a really busy area. I kind of just set it down and ran away. And then, as soon as I took a couple steps, I just hear +10, +10. This little some guy was stuck in it. So then I was fucking laughing. I couldn't play. I was the points just kept going up, and then another guy got caught in it. I'm like, how the fuck do you get caught in barbed wire? Just you hit it and you back up or shoot it or something So, but I did like it. I like the way the game played. I think some of the stuff, the crazy stuff that was from Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare aren't in there. I know the Call of Duties are different, but sometimes they like to bring in, the Black Ops is different, but sometimes they like to bring in some of those same
elements or something.
And it's like, oh Christ, they took that part of it. Why'd they do that?
Yeah.
So I'm glad there's no insane stuff in there. The maps were decent, but they all felt kind of familiar. Nothing felt brand new or reinvented. It just kind of felt like they rehashed some old shit. But I don't know. What'd you think?
I wasn't sure, man. I wasn't thoroughly impressed. I would say right now, I probably wouldn't buy it. But I still might. There was just a couple things that kind of annoyed the shit out of me. First of all, I mean, you fucking die so goddamn fast in that son of a bitch, and I mean quick.
And that wasn't even hardcore matches; those were just
those were just normal
team deathmatch. Yeah.
And then it just annoys the shit out of me that I got the shotgun completely fucking fully leveled up, and I'm still taking 2 shots to kill each person. That type of shit just annoys me. I'm a shotty user on that fucking game. Still did well on it. I mean, but it was good. It wasn't great. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind buying it. Now I know if I buy it, I'll play it and I'll enjoy it. But it wasn't enough right now with everything going on. And like you said, October is exactly when everything gets crazy and we're trying to get stuff done. You buy that, you want to get good at it or put any time into it. That's like 20 hours. You could have been doing something more productive.
Yeah.
I mean, it got to the point for me for a while where it was like, a half hour on the computer, go turn the computer on, get ready to go so I can get my half hour in. Like, all right, I'm going to get some stuff done. And then, it's the computer's still booting up. I'm going to turn the Xbox on real quick. And then just like, maybe I'll just get a game in. And then
fucking
it's
hour
worse
later.
Than beer. Like, we just talked about how demotivating beer is, but to have, a Call of Duty or an Advanced Warfare or whatever your game is, to have that in front of you, and it's like, work or this. I'm going to sit here a couple more days.
And time goes by so fast when you're playing that shit.
Why can't the workday go that fast?
It's only the only thing that goes faster, the only time actually goes faster is when you're sleeping. Other than that, man, when you're playing video games, that fucking time just flies, dude.
And just to give you guys some background at these video games, Meza's really good at them. Jose's a video game fanatic. He's really good at the first-person shooter games. I'm not that good. I've only been playing them. The first Call of Duty game I owned was the Modern Warfare 3. So that came out 11/11/11. That was the first one I bought. It was only the third time I'd ever played a first-person shooter game. I wasn't that into them. I was always doing the, hockey and basketball and some of the other games, and I've just, I don't do that well on them. I'm like if I do like 15-7, I'm like celebrating, like, yeah, I killed 15 people and I killed more than I died. This is great. but I still love playing it.
It's a lot of fun.
But I wondered why you should think about if you're gonna get it and play it, you should get on the Stitcher thing and start racking up some hours on that.
It probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe get something going on that. It's possible. I mean,
if you're playing and it's not a lot of work. You can just go, then, as long as you're playing, you feel like you're working. Yeah, hey, man, I got some followers.
At least I'm doing something.
If 2 people click on the YouTube video or they go check out your podcast, I'm working on my marketing right now, man. Get out of my face.
It's true. I'm working here.
This is my COD marketing campaign.
Just owning fools.
Yeah, though if I did one, people might watch for the humor. Like, hey, you just spawned in the same place 4 times, ran around the same corner, and got shot by the same guy. Like,
every time.
Are you gonna go the other fucking way? Maybe I should. I didn't think about that. I'm fucking terrible at that game.
This is so bad. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's different. It is fun both ways as far as watching, what another person does, and it's fucking comical, really.
Like watching the monkey hump a football or whatever they were talking about.
Yeah, whatever B-Rad was talking about. But I always remember, and you're not nowhere near as bad as my buddy, Dan and my, buddy, Abney. But that shit was just, that was just insane there. I mean, I think I would have got more of a challenge of playing a couple blind kids. Really?
Well, I thought the best part was I was playing one time, and my mother-in-law was over, and I was sitting there playing, and she was on the couch behind me, but I always bring the office chair in because the couch is too far from the TV. I got to be right there. So I bring the office chair, and I'm sitting on the chair, and I'm playing the game, and she's behind me, and I thought she was on her phone. Apparently, she was watching me. She's like, how come you run into every room full speed and just get shot every time? Why don't you slow down? And I'm like, this fucking 16-year-old woman who's never picked up a controller in her life was like giving me pointers. I'm like, God damn, I suck. Like, I don't know, because you get frustrated and then you want to run faster and go kick his ass. Like, I wish I could turn the fucking gun around and just beat people to death. Sometimes I get so pissed.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
God.
man. Yeah. That shit. I'm sure people have wanted to do that to me on some of the shit that I've done. And I still remember it was Modern 3 or some shit. I was fucking dying because it was one. God, I think it was. I can't remember. It's actually my favorite one to this day. And it was in the snow, and there was like planes on one side, and then there was like the airport on the other, and a lot of times it was pretty wide open on the back end, so like you'd have the airport or barn. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was right there, and you had a lot of openness like on the other side, just a bunch of snow, but also over like on the north side of the map. There was like some planes or some shit. I know there's some buildings you can go up on the roof and things like that. Sure. And then there was a couple like little shacks that you kind of sat in there if you wanted to, or whatever, you know.
If you wanted to camp.
Yeah, if you wanted to camp. And then I remember I was on that one. I would want to use a sniper a lot, just because sometimes I just want to have something different. So I was using the sniper that fucking day, or that match, and I was hiding in this. I was hiding like by this building or and inside this building, so just kind of moving around here and there, and I went in there. So as a sniper, I'd had the sniper, and I think I had the shotty or some shit like that.
In case they get in tight.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd be just fucking capping people from the fucking other side of the map. And this fucking, I capped this fucking dude, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. And then, you always see the little kill cam.
Yeah.
So he came one time, and I fucking blasted him. So then I got up, I moved somewhere else, and he fucking comes in, going right where I was at, but I'm behind him. I blasted him again.
Yeah, basically comes around the corner like, where is he?
Yeah.
You come up behind him.
Come behind him, I fucking blasted him. Then I fucking move, he comes around, I get him, I fucking stab him. And then I fucking move again. It must have happened 6 or 7 times in a row before I never saw the fucking guy again. He must have been so fucking pissed at me. So I think I got a couple care packages off of him and shit because I just fucking killed him. I must have killed him 10 or 11 times in a row, and he just...
God, that fucker was so annoying. He probably hasn't played since.
Oh, he was probably so
He's in a hospital somewhere in a straitjacket fucking mumbling about the sniper in the barn. Fucking motherfucker, fucking cheater, goddamn cheat codes.
Yeah, cheat codes.
Probably got a modified controller. Fucking asshole.
God, how many times do I get that shit? Oh, yeah, cheating. Oh, yeah, just use the shotty. Yeah, and?
I'm using the weapons that were provided.
Because you can't use it?
If they ever accuse you of cheating, I'll just use your equipment, and they'll go, oh, never mind. I think that guy's cheating. Oh, yeah? Here, watch Baden play with the cheat then. Nope, it's not the equipment. It's the operator.
Oh, God, that shit is so funny. But, yeah, I mean, it is fucking funny, but that game will fucking piss you off, though.
Yeah, without a doubt. It is fun to remember some. It's weird how like you remember some of those maps and you remember some of those matches. I've told you my favorite match was I hated the shield. Idiots would get the shield and then they'd beat you with the shield and you just try to get behind them and shoot them, and sometimes they'd win. And I remember one guy like he came up with the shield, and I'd seen him before, so I switched to that sticky grenade. I had one of the loadouts.
That's what I always do. Yeah.
So I fucking shoot the sticky grenade at him, and he's in this room and he blows up. And I pick up his shield, and he comes in the room again, and I beat him to death with his own shield, and that was the final kill. So, like, everybody gets to watch me just pummel this guy, and they're probably like, that's the asshole with the shield. No,
that's
that was the
the
guy
other
that
one.
Picked up the shield and killed the asshole. I was fucking laughing so hard. I'm like, oh my God, it's the final kill. I wish I had a phone. I would have recorded it.
Oh, fuck.
Cracking up at that shit.
It is. It's so... Some of that shit is just so fucking funny, man.
Oh, God.
Killing somebody with their own fucking weapon is so gratifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when they got something stupid.
Like that. Yeah, especially.
Yeah. I never understood that shit. Like I run by somebody and shoot them in the face with a shotgun, and then I go up the stairs. Somehow they didn't die, and they melee me in the back of the head, and I die.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's how that works, huh?
Yeah, that shit, man, will fucking... God, that shit does make you mad, though. I just... It's crazy. You want to play video games to have fun and relax, and it has the complete opposite effect sometimes, you know?
I go right before my anger management classes. Gets me ready.
God, I get all pissed off, too, and it's just... It's weird, though, how that shit, like, fucking takes over your brain almost.
Yeah, well, there's never, like, you never just leave going, well, that was a good time. It's either, like, that was the best time ever because I killed it, or, fuck this fucking game, I'm going to throw it through the window and fucking smash my controller in your face because you're so mad. Like, there's no, which I don't know why we go back to it. You never just leave going, all right, that was a good way to spend an hour.
It's a fucking drug, man. It's a straight-up drug.
True.
Yeah, which is why I just have to get off of them sometimes because I won't do shit then, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Playing that beta did make me want to turn it back on again.
A little bit.
But.
Yeah, I haven't because, well, I'd probably be playing right now. More than likely.
Can you play while we podcast?
We could. I was actually looking at the Super Nintendo over there. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm going to throw in some Street Fighter 2 on that bad boy.
Sure you can.
Yeah. So yeah, we have that October thing coming, which is October. Usually always November. So that's kind of that'll be fun. I mean, I'll probably definitely pick it up more than likely. Don't know if I'll take the day off like I did that one day. I mean, I would love to, but I don't know if it's worth it though.
Yeah. Unless we vlog it.
Unless we vlog it, that's actually not a bad idea.
Then at least you're doing something.
And honestly, a shitty game at home is better than a day at work. The whole like fishing type of thing.
Yep.
But definitely would much rather be doing that, you know?
Especially if you're the catfish whisperer.
Especially if you're the catfish whisperer. It's a good thing we didn't take it off that one day for the beta because that shit didn't fucking come in until about 1 o'clock that afternoon.
Yeah, that'd have been a real piss. I'd have been pissed.
Yeah, that would have been... Well, we could have at least got some shit done like we said, but still, fucking would have been mad.
Yeah, you're waiting and then fucking thing doesn't show up.
Yeah. But
you'll get an email sometime 4 hours after it started. Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah, so I guess maybe we should get back into doing the next letter from B-Rad.
What is that letter from B-Rad all about?
Let's see. So this is... Holy shit, that's kind of weird. The 25th of July.
Oh, shit.
So an exact month.
One month later, the story continues.
Yes. So I hadn't written him back yet, and I still haven't. I need to. I know I'm fucking bad at that shit. But like I said last time, if I'm going to write somebody all the time, or like I said, talk to somebody every day, eventually I'm going to run out of shit to say, really, you know? But I still, of course, but it's really not about that. It's really about the correspondence of him having to have something to come in and read, and I can't imagine. I mean, that would probably be one of the biggest highlights of his fucking week.
I was gonna say not day, probably week. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, for sure. Probably reads it like more than once. You know, like get all the information out of it. I mean, I would.
And it's probably one of those things like when you order something from Amazon and it comes, you get all fucking excited about it. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's probably along those lines, and I know it's just busy. It's just not busy's not an excuse. That's that term that we talked about. That I try not to use that too much because it is true that it's just busy is a choice, and it's a decision of saying too busy means that's just not as important to me as this is.
So just have the balls to say it if it happens. Because I was doing that with the project somebody wants help with at work, and I'm like, I'm all about helping people, but I can't devote hours to something that you're passionate. This is your passion project. I can't devote hours to it. Like, and I could say busy, but in the end, the answer was, no, I have too many things going on that I'm working on, and I can't make time for that.
Yes.
That's a better way to say it. I'm not just going to say I'm busy because that, as far as you know, I'm not doing shit. But in all honesty, I got things I'm working on, and I can't make room for that right now.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
I'm the same way.
Because I'd have to drop something else, and I'm not willing to do that.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And when people have asked me, because I've done freelancing of graphic design and things like that, and people nowadays, I'm like, hey, can you help me out with this? And now I just say, I can't. Sorry. I got a lot of things I got going on here, and I can't find another path. Right. Unless this path is just helpful for both of us in a way. And I'm not saying, what's the benefit in it for me? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that they just want to pay me some money and then call it good more as a customer. That's not my thing. It'd be more if somebody said, hey, I'm doing a podcast. You mind being on my podcast and I'll be on yours or something like that. That's a whole different story. We're both doing our own thing. But we're trying to help each other out or whatever it is. Yeah,
and if somebody, like we talked about before, if somebody says, hey, I got, nobody's ever done video of my car. Would you shoot video of my car? Yeah. I'm not going to pay you, but you can put it on host it on your channel and drive traffic to your site. Yeah.
That's still going for us.
Doing stuff for us. And in the end, you get a professional video of your car.
Exactly.
With music and everything that you can share with whoever you want.
And working on what we love.
But cash... It has to be a lot of cash to help these days.
It does. Well,
sorry, but $50 for a logo just isn't going to move the needle enough.
No.
The hours you invest too, especially graphic designers, more so than a lot of people, they can't bill actual hours. If you say you do a logo for $300, that means you paid yourself $10 an hour to do a logo. Yeah. Because you're going to invest easily 30 hours. Yeah. Sketching, putting together a few rough drafts, and then nobody has any feedback till they get 4 designs, and then all of a sudden they're goddamn art director.
Oh, all the time.
I don't even do design, and I know that. I've worked with enough of them. Like what? Hold on. You didn't have any say in this thing. You didn't even care if there was a graphic. I gave you 4 options, and now you're a fucking art director?
Yeah.
Wow. I must be a really good professor here. I just taught you how to, dig into your creative depths and figure out what you want. I should be getting paid way more than I am. And then you got to start over. But
that's kind of like my buddy that I work out with, that he told me yesterday, which I had never heard. He said, I don't know how large the company that he works for is, but it's like a nutritional supplement company. And he said, in our companies, like in my office, we have 4, he said something like technical people. I mean, like, by what he means by that is 2 of them are IT, and then he's something to do with logistics, and then the guy that works, for him.
Okay.
So they have a webmaster, and I use this term very loosely, and if our boy, Nyman, heard this, or if he does hear this, he'll fucking cringe, and just, because he's a webmaster.
Yeah. He's mastered the web.
He told me, my buddy told me, he's like, yeah, man, we have a webmaster. What he does is he's like, he's not a webmaster, he's a project manager, because they talk about, they have a meeting, say, yeah, we want the web to do this, this, and this. Okay, sounds good. And then he consults other people to do it. And he's called the webmaster at work.
Yeah,
but he does. But
outside services.
But
too,
yeah,
right?
but my buddy says he does do 0 coding. He does not know how to do any type of coding. He does not know how to put a website together. But they call him a webmaster.
Weird.
It's
God. Project coordinator.
Maybe
that's project manager.
What it is.
But I think that's a certification.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's a project coordinator, not a webmaster.
No.
Yeah, no. Absolutely ridiculous. Wow. It's the shit sometimes companies come up with. And the titles, it's like, oh, that's right, because you don't want to pay me the extra 10, 15 grand a year. Yeah, all right, I'm leaving. Why? You really... if I have to explain to you, then there's got to be an issue. You
didn't see this coming? Really? The discussions we've had the last few months, you didn't see this coming. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So...
Put your head in the sand.
All right. So let me check on Little Man real quick. That's my cat.
Insert commercial here.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. Also, leave a review, whether you like it or not. It'd be great for us. Don't forget to check out juanandjoecomedy.com and Juan and Joe Studios on YouTube. Working hard.
Yeah.
Being outside, fucking sunbathing.
I'd hate to nap 21 hours a day inside. Let me get at least 3 hours outside.
How could you take
napping.
that? And then, like, hey, feed me, fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, asshole. Litter box is dirty.
Exactly.
I need shit done around here.
I just shit in this big blue box. If you could get something to pick that up for me.
That'd be
Thanks.
great.
That'd be
Nice.
great.
Oh, and by the way, I'm going to need you to come in on Sunday. Okay.
What's up in B-Rad's world 30 days later?
B-Rad, exactly 30 days later. This is a short letter. For those of you who always want a longer letter, I apologize, but I can't make Brad write more than he does.
Yeah, it are what it are.
That's right. And remember, this is probably more like along the follow-ups anyway of the first. I wasn't thinking this was going to be long anyway. Okay, so Hoser, he says, sup? How you like this heat? That's by me. That's ad-libbed. The burp. How you like this heat? Did he forget that I've lived here for fucking 20 years?
Yeah.
Goddamn hot is what it is. How the hell do you guys live here? I thought Indian Springs got hot, which is the joint that he was up right before getting transferred to Eloy.
Gotcha.
And yeah, we go out and do hundreds of push-ups in it, burpees, gotta have pads for the pull-up bar. It's a step over stupid hot to goddamn. It's a step over stupid hot to goddamn. only level above that, and that's fuck that hot. It's close. And then on the sidebar, excessive heat warning. They canceled yard today. Almost fuck that hot.
Nice. I know it sucked. That'd be like getting recess canceled in school.
Oh god, you
remember those
imagine
days?
that shit?
Oh, fuck. No recess today. We're gonna have an no.
You gotta be instead, kids. We're gonna read a book. No.
God, I hated that
Fuck.
shit. Hey, you didn't have to deal with it, but in Minnesota, like there'd be recess
Snow
days
shit?
with the snow shit. Yeah, so we'd have snow days where we couldn't go out. But there were also certain teachers that were like, if you didn't have boots, mittens, or gloves, and a hat, you couldn't leave like the sidewalk area or the basketball area where they had snow plows.
Oh fuck.
So like
that.
you couldn't go play in the snow. Like, you know, Baden, get back here. You don't have boots. Like, I'm not wearing boots. I'm like 5th grade. I'm way too cool for boots. I ain't wearing those things. You know, my parents would get me boots from Walmart. I'm not wearing them freaking moon boots. You know, I look like Napoleon Dynamite out there. But yeah, I mean, they'd actually like punish us for not having the right gear.
Holy
like, who are you?
shit, man. That's
They go there, like, standing on-
so. Were you in a school or was this a camp?
I wish it was a camp. I might have gotten fondled.
Yeah.
Fun. No, it was,
Hashtag me too.
it was an elementary prison or school.
Yeah, it is. That would suck. Like
Yeah.
yard canceled today.
Yard canceled today.
Motherfuckers.
Oh,
Fuck,
it was
man.
the only thing I was looking for today. The two things I like: chow and yard time.
And yard time.
And I'm on a diet, so
Yeah.
chow is out.
No sugar for me. He goes on to say, so this is the letter I got from the dude overseeing us Arizona exiles. Waiting for the copy of the letter to send you. Waiting for the copy of the letter to send you. Soon as I get it, I'll mail this. 7 to 10 days to process visiting once he gets it. Sounds good, but the reality may be different. Which, obviously, up until this point, is yes, it has been. I've been listening to 97.9 a lot. Got it to come in. Them dudes sound like conversations we have in here. I'm going to have to tell Holmberg that you sound like a prisoner.
Yeah, exactly. He probably would agree with that. Well, I am technically. I just get paid more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
And his yard doesn't get canceled if it's too hot. It's nice to hear new shit again. My CD player is fried out. Sad face.
Mm.
I won't register. It won't register disc no mo.
Nice.
Brad sad.
I dig that, but I don't dig the written emoji. I don't even text emojis.
I don't text emojis. No mo.
No mo.
God, he'd probably be in fucking heaven if he knew that you can do emojis on the fucking phone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, you got a thumbs up?
Yeah. There's a poop one? Black Santa?
Black Santa.
That's my favorite.
I know, me too. Gotta save my paycheck ups for it. I gotta pay my... Sorry, first time reading prison English. Gotta save my paychecks up for an N, and not an A, but this is got for a MP3 and money for songs.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. I wonder. He probably wouldn't be able to get like gift cards and shit for like iTunes or whatever. Well, I think he'd have to log in for iTunes. That's right. But I wonder if they have some system in prison to be able to like download music.
They should.
I mean, they should.
I mean, you have like a prison library right now. You can just take out. You should be able to like rent CDs or books or MP3s or little MP3
something.
players. You think there'd be something there.
Fuck do we know? We've never been in prison. Thank God. Yet.
Keep pushing me.
So here comes his old ass up again. Checks for an MP3 or checks. Save my paychecks up for MP3 and money for songs. Stupid new technology. I really miss cassette tapes.
God. And 8 tracks. Those are the best.
Oh, so man, I miss. Thank God I still got a pen and pencil and paper to write with, because why would the fuck do I want to type anything up? That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. Good Lord.
And then people would actually know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, be able to read the writing, be all clean and stuff.
How fun would that be?
Yeah.
So what if? So what if I'm stuck in '94? Because obviously I fucking.
Speaking of which,
it was awesome then, before the fags and rap ruled the world. Oh God.
B-Rad. When he's right, he's right.
Oh my God. You can't argue with the guy.
No.
You just can't argue with the guy sometimes.
Yeah, because you'll never get in front of him. So.
And if you do, you probably won't last, and you'll probably just decide to agree with him.
Sure, but just send your hate mail to us. We'll take it.
Hey, want to help me get a book? I found it in a catalog. I get that it is unfortunately not allowed / approved here without permission first, unless you can find it on Barnes & Noble website. It's called The Return of Odin by Richard Rudgley, like $20. It's an Odist religious book. So he must be into that religion. Return of Odin.
Does it really matter where it comes from? Like, if you found it on Amazon Prime, do they have like a certain like?
Yeah, I think it's just. I think it only comes from Barnes and Noble. Like, you don't need permission from that.
Oh, okay. Barnes and Noble sells it. It's approved.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that's kind of what it is.
I suppose you could put anything in an Amazon box.
Yeah, I suppose
Here's
so.
your Prime deliveries here, and it's a fucking razor blade and a toothbrush that's already shaved aside. A rope.
What the fuck's gonna happen when Barnes and Noble goes away?
Yeah. Shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, no shit. The Return of Odin. I should just send him a Thor comic book. Should be just probably the same.
This Odin?
I don't need pre-approval from Barnes and Noble or Bargain Books, which I don't. It must be Bargain Books. Must be a website or something.
That's the half price books, isn't it?
I don't know.
Place?
I don't. Is it? I have no idea. Somebody here is probably like, yeah, it fucking is. God damn it, you idiots.
Would you guys live? Would you live under a rock?
Yeah, I know. Isn't it great that we're not actually live, so you just can't text us immediately?
Yeah, that's perfect.
I think it's fucking great. Yeah, Bargain Books. He says H.R. Hamilton Bargain Books. So I don't know.
Does sound different than.
Yeah. So, and then he says, "What's up, can you help a ninja out? Check B&N for it and send it to me. I'll stop asking for naked pics of your sister.
Oh, what a guy.
I'll send them naked pics of somebody.
Yeah. Somebody's sister.
Yeah.
Brother.
Anyhow, wanted to shoot you this copy of the letter Mir sent me. Be awesome, Brad. So like I said, sorry, it was extremely short. His copy of this letter says, it's from Robert J. Mears, and it's State of Nevada Department of Corrections Offender Management. God, they should have just thought of a little bit of a longer title. I don't think that was long enough.
Yeah.
Inmate B-Rad, I will not say his number nor his last name. Inmate, last name, insert here. Currently, according to our system, our only approved visitor is his sister. Any other people that were approved at a different institution were never entered into the system. Nobody was removed, but if HDSP approved them for visiting there, but didn't enter them, obviously they don't use any fucking punctuation here either.
Yeah, no kidding.
But if HDSP approved them for visiting there, but didn't enter them into the system, they must reapply. You can't send a Seguro form on their behalf. They have to print the application from the NDOC website and send it to me. All of the instructions are on the website as well, because government websites are always so helpful.
Oh, dude, it's so easy. Yeah.
Without an original signed application from the visitor, we can't run the required background checks to get them approved. Once we receive the completed application, the process usually only takes 7 to 10 days.
That's not bad, though.
Not bad, yeah. So now the process takes 7 to 10 days. What's their slow ass saying? You know, like, you know, it's definitely something though I need to do. So then that way, I can hopefully get a chance to visit to him. I mean, fucking 20 years or so. So I can't even fucking imagine. And I hope it's just not I hope it's not behind. I mean, cool if it is, but
yeah,
I hope at least I could like fucking sit down at a table or whatever they have and actually just be able to talk to him, give him a fucking hug or something, you know?
Get some vending machine coffee.
Yeah, I get some vending machine coffee.
Maybe give him a tug under the table.
Yeah, no, he's probably got plenty of those over there. More experienced.
I meant he'd give you... Oh, never mind.
Yeah, so, I mean, hopefully I will...
That'd be awesome.
That's able to happen.
Yeah.
And definitely vlog about it.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit on this last episode that we did. And I think Baden had a good idea that we'd roll over there. I'd go visit him. And then once we leave from there, then we just vlog on the way back.
Yeah, vlog on the way back. Maybe depending on what day it is, do a little vlog in there. And
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I was wondering too, because this obviously the application you can obviously download. State of Nevada inmate. So I'm almost thinking, well, I don't know if I was thinking, well, shit, maybe even have you fucking fill out one out.
I'll fill one out. Yeah,
know?
for sure. I'll fill one out.
I mean, I don't know what they'd say, but that'd be kind of cool. At least then we both fucking get to talk to them for a little bit, you know. Yeah. I haven't told Brad that we've been podcasting about his letters because not that I want to hide it from him. I really, really want to tell him. I just don't know about the staff reading it and if they would allow or what they would say to him or what they wouldn't say to him. And I would like to let Brad know that it's no information that is putting him in any type of bad situation. I mean, outside the situation he's actually in now, but
no worries.
Say no names of him. I mean, besides his only name, but I don't give anything else as far as just maybe some first names, and some of them I don't even mention because no reason to.
Right.
And And that could have an effect whether he can open up a lot more or he can maybe possibly even shut down. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You don't want them to read it, though, the institution.
Yeah, so I almost would be nice to possibly, once I am able to maybe get approved to go visit, and then tell him in person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, what we're doing is we're just reading it, and we're making fun of the same things he's making fun of. Like,
yeah,
dude, it's 1994 still.
Yeah.
That's the part that's where the humor lies. The humor doesn't lie in any of the other shit. I mean,
no, definitely not.
He's just trying to make the best of what he's got going on now, and it is what it is. You know, you can't go back and change anything, but you know, make the best of what you got.
Yeah.
Try to have some fun while you're doing it, and you know.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's always interesting to know what do these people, how do they live behind this in this shit?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I get interested in the way other people live in general, but I never, you know, I mean, his life is so much different than mine. You know, you can only imagine from what you've seen in TV shows and, you know, even those fake documentary style things where it's all scripted anyways. You know, you don't really know, but like, you know, like the light sense of humor that he seems to have in some of his letters and stuff are really amazing, actually. You know?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't get in, you know, maybe you haven't had any of those letters yet, or he just doesn't write that way, but none of them's really heavy in these letters. You know, there's a couple times he'll touch on some personal stuff, but most of his letters are just light humor. You know, we did this, he did that, he called me a fag. You know, it's like, it's just funny stuff. It's
having a regular conversation in a way that is the only way that we can have it right now. You know.
Yeah.
So it is. I find it interesting. And as you know, to Baden's point, it's just, you know, it's reading about his letters, what he does, what they says, you know, just so you know. I mean, I've been watching this documentary, I Am a Killer. I don't know if you've seen it.
I've seen. I haven't watched an episode yet. I'm going to.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to watch right now. I find that stuff fascinating. But you know, most of those guys are on death row, and if they are not, they were commuted to a life sentence for whatever might be the reason behind it. But it's you know, there's some people that just like anywhere else. I mean, it's a general population. So you have people, I mean, granted, Brad is a guy that actually still talks and jokes about stuff as you guys have experienced it now. And there's just other people out there that wouldn't be that way. I mean, they're either shut down or just completely like, you know, probably talking about nothing but religion. I mean, who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying this just, you know, Brad is actually just looks, obviously has a little bit of a different outlook on things, and it's what I'm sure it helps him. You know?
Yeah, you have to have something in there, some way to cope with it.
Yeah.
And his is, you know, the lighter humor, it seems.
Because we all know that's not rehabilitation by any means.
No, there's no rehabilitation there.
Yeah, so
punishment.
It's quite interesting to talk about that. It's just fucking crazy. I mean, the video game. I can't imagine if he saw the video games now, what the fuck he would think.
What's the last game he played, you know?
Yeah. Well, I know one of them was Street Fighter when I was whooping his fucking ass. Him and everybody else.
Yeah. Just show him the brand new, like, Mortal Kombat style video games now. Jesus.
Oh, the fucking play. Now you could play the fucking games on your phone and, you know, all that
better
crazy
graphics
shit.
than Nintendo's did, yeah.
God.
It's insane.
Yeah. So, man, that is
very funny though. Like you know, like somebody like that gets out like after years and years in prison, and then like gets introduced to this technology, and like after like 2 weeks you can't get a hold of him because he's on the couch making up for like 90 years of not being able to play, you know, Minecraft on the phone. Like, fuck, dude, why didn't you just stay in there? Like, what was the point of getting out if you're just gonna spend your life playing those stupid games?
All he does is fucking sit here and just fucking play the entire time.
But you can only imagine you'd want to sample a little bit of everything. Like, I never tried that. I never tried that. I want to play this. I want to play that.
It'd be so fucking overwhelming and shit. You know,
it would be. That'd be extremely overwhelming.
It is insane how, you know, like we were talking about like how we adapt. You know, I mean, him like, oh God, they got fucking music here. I mean, let's see, like the televisions, the phones, the video games, listening to audiobooks, the fucking web alone, just a computer by itself. Yep. It's got to be fucking mind blowing to somebody like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like when I was talking to my buddy yesterday, we were talking about, because he's like, I think I'm finally going to start, next year I'm going to start eating right, watching more of what I eat. He's still a little bit young, so he's been able to get away with it, but he could tell that it's slowing down a tiny bit, as we all do.
It does.
And then, and we were talking about how, soda, how the overconsumption in the U.S. is so crazy, and how we are a country of gluttony.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're having food competitions and making food taste like other food. Like, hey, have these potato chips that taste like biscuits and gravy. Like, God damn, man, we're fucking pigs.
Yeah, we are. Fucking complete pigs.
And my buddy, was saying how, because he's originally, he grew up most of his life in Brazil, and he said, when he came down here, he would just fucking drink a shit ton of soda. He doesn't drink it anymore, but he just drink a ton of fucking soda. He's
Stuff
like,
is like crack.
Yeah, but he's like, we didn't get it we didn't get that type of shit in Brazil, And he said they finally opened up a Burger King one time over there, and he's like, every once in a while we have to drive. I don't know how long it was, but he said we'd have to drive to
3
go to
days,
Burger King.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
By donkey.
And he's like, and he's like, man, I would just be sitting in the car or on his burro or mule, whatever it is, and just he'd be like, just thinking like, man, when I get down there, I'm gonna have like 5 fucking sodas when I'm down there. When I'm there, And he said he'd be at the fucking fountain just
and just slam it,
fucking just drinking a shit ton, man.
It makes sense. I mean, and I do that with like my diet. I don't eat the best diet in the world. I know what to do, and I know I don't do it. But my diet's probably 70% okay. Like, I eat pretty well. I'll eat more grains and more white rices than I should, more carbs.
Right.
Don't drink soda. If I do, I drink diet, which I know isn't better for you. But I'll drink a little bit of diet soda. Have my coffee. I'll eat fast food every now and again, but not a ton. So I'm okay. But I think mine is just the amount of food I eat. Like, I'll eat what a normal person should eat, and I'll just be looking like, well, I could probably fit that last hamburger in. And do we really want to save 9? Potato wedges for tomorrow? I'll just eat those two. Like, mine feels like more of
that does happen.
A quantity thing. Like, I don't think I eat that
portion
poorly.
control.
My portion control is 0.
Yeah.
Like, I'll eat till it hurts. Like, Thanksgiving every day. Like, it takes willpower to not feel like Thanksgiving full every day. And I'm like, I'm like, how do I turn that switch off? Like, that's.
I don't know. I did that for many, many years, but because I was trying to gain size, so that was just all about.
Yeah,
I gotta fucking eat to
You had to
grow.
eat 5,000 calories a day easily just to maintain.
I just had to fucking eat, and nowadays it's a little more maintaining. So I actually am like, you know what? I'm full. I'm good. I'm gonna just leave it at that. So yeah, it's not an easy thing to control by any means, but.
And we went and grabbed a little bite between things. I'm hungry right now.
Yeah, I'm getting a little hungry right now.
I'm not like full and I'm not starving, but like if you put down anything right now,
no, I could eat right now for sure. I could eat for sure.
We just ate 2 fucking hours ago, and that was enough food, to last me till 6 with maybe like an apple or something, some kind of snack in between. But
yeah, not for me.
I'd eat another meal if it was presented in front of me. Like Jesus.
Yeah, most of that stuff is just. Most of the portions they serve anywhere nowadays seems to me it's more of a snack nowadays. But yeah, I mean I'm just used to that. I probably burn a lot of fuel at the same time, but yeah, I mean it's crazy how that happens. And in other countries, because I think he was born in Germany and grew up in Brazil and everything like that. And I've never been outside of the country besides Mexico for the most part. Which
I've never been off the continent.
I can see. Well, I could see how that works as far as in Mexico, where You want another soda, you're paying for it. There's no fucking, there's no refill, you know?
Refills.
There's no fucking refill. And I was talking to him about that yesterday, and he's like, yeah, he says, you know, you go in any other European country like that, it's like, you know, here's a soda. Once you drink that, you want another soda? It's another, you know, whatever, 250 euros or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And if you want water, here you go. It's this much money. You don't get free water like you do here. It's crazy. And then, of course, the glass of soda is probably really fucking 8 ounces, probably, you know?
Probably. It's an actual serving, not a 64-ounce big gulp or whatever the fuck.
Oh, fuck. And we were talking about that, too. And before I even go to that, we were saying, like, most countries, or really any other country, at least that he knows of and that I know of, they don't use ice like they do here. You know, they put ice water, or you put ice in a cup and soda. Over there, everything's pretty much like room temperature, or just above that, or just cold at least.
That shit makes me belch. Warm
soda?
Holy
that's fucking. It definitely increases that shit. That is true, man. But you want to get a good burp, that's when you do it.
Exactly.
But yeah, it is interesting that you're saying that. But we were talking about the fountain sodas. How, God, these fucking guys in it. Yeah, it's usually dudes. Mm-hmm. Have like the 128 fucking ounce. This fucking keg with the fucking handle.
Yeah.
And it's just.
Yeah.
And I mean, first of all, they're there for 15 minutes filling the fucking thing up.
Yep.
And then it's not just that one time they're filling it up that day.
No,
that's they're doing like probably three times a day. You're probably taking in a fucking couple gallons of soda a fucking day.
Yeah. And then, you drink, 1,000 calories more than you're supposed to consume in a day.
Yeah.
Like, drinking your calories is insane.
No, it's completely insane. And those, like, caramel macchiato, whatever the fuck that shit that they call, or whatever they say in Starbucks and all that bullshit. You want to talk about just fucking loading up the calories and shit, dude.
Yep, absolutely.
If
you're gonna drink calories, it should be beer.
It should be beer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At least you get fucked up on it.
Yeah, get a little bonus out of it, not just full.
And why is it that you can drink a 12-pack of fucking soda and kind of be fine, but you drink a 12-pack of beer besides the alcohol and you're all fucked up? Like, it's so weird how all the shitty stuff you can just keep consuming, and it never...
Yeah, there's no...
You just don't get tired of it.
Your body doesn't have a limit for it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Your brain and your body don't go, hey, that's good, that's enough.
Yeah. Oh, God, I just had 5 potato chips. Oh,
yeah.
I can't have no more. It's more like, God, I've had 5 bags. I could use one more. Really, I can.
But I ran out of my keg of dip, so maybe not.
Yeah.
My gallon of sour cream with chives.
It's okay. It's low fat. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, no, it's not.
Well, yeah, I got my soda. At least it's diet. That that'll help.
My sour cream comes in one of those Home Depot buckets. The orange ones with the 5-gallon bucket with the handle. Bucket. Yeah, that's what we have at home.
It's okay. It's from Trader Joe's, so it's naturally made, so it's not bad for me.
Natural. like the organic chicken, which I still don't understand that. You can have an organically fed chicken, but I don't understand how you can have an organic chicken.
Well,
I'll have to talk to a food expert.
Well, what I was laughing about, I'm glad that you brought that up, because when I was with my buddy Scott, who was talking to me about Postino, we were talking about organic, and he's like, this shit about organic and everything, like, yeah, it's organic chicken, organic this, and he's like, what the fuck else are you going to be eating? Inorganic? Can't wait to have these plastic potato chips to consume on, because damn, I really could use a couple more of those. Because no, I only eat organic. What the? Were you gonna be fucking inorganic shit? Like, he's like, it doesn't make fucking sense, and I was like, that is no shit.
That's exactly right.
Everything's organic if you actually really look at it.
Yeah, we're all organic matter. This is like 100% grass-fed organic people.
Yeah, we are organic.
Yes, we are.
So I was just like, I guess inorganic, organic, and that whole
funny.
It is. It's so funny, and then sometimes we play with shit like that, like just. You're drinking, just shit just fucking comes up. You're just fucking talking, and we're talking about the. it's so funny the way people have. I heard one time on a reality show. I don't watch it. It was just happened to be on, or somebody else was watching it. I was just like, because I can't stand that bullshit. Yeah, it was Housewives. Anyway, so I was like, of New York, and
he knows every name in the show, but he's never watched it before.
Janelle is just, I don't know. I can't.
Talking to Donna, yeah.
Yeah, it's makes me so mad. There was this dude that was putting a door on a car, some shit like that. I don't know. Anyways, he's like, it's not, he's like, the door isn't lining up 100% completely. It's very disconcerting to me. And then I thought, well, then he's not concerned about it at all.
Yeah. If it's disconcerting, you're not.
Well, then you're not concerned.
I don't know, you're not concerned at all.
Yeah.
No.
It's very disconcerting to me. I'm like, these fucking people just, wow. And I'm not the smartest person by any means. I'm not claiming that, but
I mess up stuff all the time, but it doesn't mean I can't laugh at somebody else that does it. I was cracking up because I had a gal came in my office the other day, and some of the stuff's unfortunate. She's going through some times with her mom and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But the way she talks is like just.
Oh, that's Angela, right?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Angela. No, she has. But there's like a vacancy to this gal when you're talking to her all the time. You're just like, you kind of want to like snap and like, hey, we here? What's going on?
Hypnosis.
She's like, oh, it's like I just been going through a lot of stuff. My mom's dimension. Your mom's from another dimension?
Holy shit!
Like, holy Christ! This is weird. Wow! Like, what dimension is she from? I feel, like I said, I feel bad because there is some stuff behind it that's like not good news. But then she was like, in the same conversation, she was like, "Well, I gotta get my truck looked at because the speedometer is not working." I'm like, "The what? The speedometer?" I go, "The speedometer? Yeah, the speedometer." I'm like, fuck, man. I mumble. I say the wrong word, but I know what the right word is. And
yes.
like, sometimes when you're just having those conversations and you're like, you just want to laugh the whole time and you can't. But like, holy fuck, man.
Oh my god.
The speedometer.
It's well.
I started writing them down.
You have to, because my buddy Scott, his wife, she's great and she's funny. She speaks mostly Spanish, but she speaks English, but she has a heavy accent, but she mixes words up too. And fucking Scott and I just laugh, and he always like fucking texts me shit or we're just fucking hanging out, and he's telling me, and one day like we were all kicking back, and he goes, oh yeah, earlier today, Connie. She calls him Escat, because it's Spanish. Escat, I wanted a Sprite, Jumbo Yak. They always have that. And
Jumbo Yak. Good.
Yeah, and my family does it too. I mean, trust me. And he's like, oh yeah, earlier today, Connie got mad when she went down the stairs because there was something in the bunches, not the bushes.
Oh my god, not the bunches. Yeah.
And we were laughing about that. And then another thing she had said, she's like, yeah, Connie was playing tennis today, and she said that, her elbow hurts now.
The bone that makes the L. Yeah, I know what that is.
And then another thing, she's, God, it's so funny. He's like, yeah. And the other day, she actually, Connie tells me, hey, Scott, I actually played tennis at the Country Club.
Oh.
Oh, did you? He says.
Oh, interesting.
It's so funny. And then he said, oh, and the other day she told me she had the hip hops.
Oh no, not the hip hops.
The hiccups. And oh my god, we were just fucking dying, man. And I'm like, what do you say? And he goes, I just let it go, man. Yeah. Because I think it's fantastic. He's like, I just think it's fucking great. And I just let it go.
It's the highlight of my day. I don't want her to start talking normal. Oh my god.
Yeah. So she calls them the hip hops.
Oh, the hip hops.
I'd hate to have the hip hops.
I do too. Yeah. Hip hops is taking over.
The hip hops. Yeah. But that shit. There is something to do, and I don't have a large vocabulary, not like a couple of my friends do, But there's something about words and shit like that just are fucking funny, man.
Yeah. I think in Minnesota, a lot of people say is unthaw. I gotta unthaw that.
So you gotta freeze it?
You gonna freeze it? No, I gotta take it out of the freezer and unthaw it so we can have it for dinner. And my wife's cousin used to do it all the time, and I'm like, you can't unthaw it. That'd be freezing it. He's like, I'm taking out the roast so it can unthaw so I can cook it tomorrow. And she's like adamant, and I'm like, dude, unthaw is to freeze. Like you're thawing it. Yeah, and that's like a geographical thing because they all say it.
Oh, they do, huh?
I've said it before too. Probably.
Really?
Yeah, you say unthaw. And then like one of those times somebody says it and you're like, wait, what? What'd you just say? And you're like, fuck, I think I've said that before. That's not right. Why do we say unthaw, idiots? Hey, everybody, you stand up like the penguin among penguins and stand up and like, hey guys, it's not unthaw. Like I know I said it too, but Christ.
Wait a minute. I went outside of this world.
Yeah, good Lord.
You can't imagine what the reality is out there. Well, for me, it's a little bit of a culture shock coming from Spanish speaking only. And in Spanish, you say, in Spanish, it's definitely different. And so as a kid, it'd be the fire and, it'd be like, put the fire out, right? Or light a fire. Mm-hmm. But I'm translating from Spanish to English, and I would say turn on the fire or turn off the fire.
Oh, okay.
Because in Spanish, that's kind of how it's worded. Turn on the fire and turn off the fire. Or it was, did you clean your teeth today? Because in Spanish, it's not brushing your teeth; it's actually cleaning your teeth.
Oh, okay.
So there's so many times when I'd be like, hey, turn off the fire. And like, oh, what's it got a switch? And I'm like, what are these fucking guys talking about?
Guys, yeah.
And then I was like, put out the fire. I'm like, that just sounds wrong. And then eventually it's like, oh yeah, that's how that works. This fucking English language is a motherfucker.
It is, and I always wonder why they teach. I've told you before, that I learned Spanish. I took one semester of it or whatever in 7th grade from a blonde Minnesotan girl. So we learned.
Well, that's perfect Spanish.
Jalapeno, class. Jalapeno. We learned like just a terrible pronunciation, but they teach you things like so robotic. Like you're never gonna walk up to somebody and like, ¿Dónde está Jose?
Yes.
Like it's like, hey, you're gonna say, where's Jose? I don't know how to say where's Jose, but I'm not gonna say where is Jose. Like they just teach you, even the way they teach you to say it, you sound like a robot. Like just teach people how to talk. Like it should be like, what's up, man? Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Like they should just watch movies in that language.
They should
and learn pop culture, and that's what you need to know because you're gonna look like a fucking idiot going to another country and talking like that. So. At work, we have a lot of Spanish-speaking. At least, Spanish is their first language.
Right.
Pretty, most of them are really well spoken in English as well. But I'll say stuff, and I started talking to them like I was the tape. That if you listen to like a
Rosetta Stone or some
tape,
shit.
Yeah. So when I go up there, I'm like, ¿Dónde está Perla? And then they all just like start cracking up, like, oh, she's over there. Perla, aquí. And I'll just like do stupid shit all the time. I just think it's funny, and they get a kick out of it.
You're gonna be like Holmberg.
Yeah, they probably think I'm a fucking retard, but I think it's funny because it's like that's how I learned it anyways.
Yeah.
This jalapeno is spicy.
Yeah, you're gonna be like Holmberg, like, man, I thought they liked me, and he ended up fucking hating me. Pinchy John.
What's up, fuckers?
Hey, what's up, fuckers? I thought, well, at least one of them did, but I thought both of them liked me, and like, Pinchy John. And I realized he fucking hated me.
I thought we were just like, razzing each other. No. He fucking hated me.
No, you are a white male with probably a big house, making a lot of money.
Gorgeous wife.
Yeah, gorgeous wife. And some of them just aren't going to take kindly. There's just fucking haters out there, unfortunately. I mean, it's just, unfortunately, that's the way it is. But at least one of them liked him, so he's batting 50%.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's better than I do at the bar, so.
Yeah.
One out of two.
Unless it's dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Then I'm way down.
Hell yeah.
That shit is it is fucking funny, man. Language barriers are actually quite fun.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't make sign language kind of the universal language because that's just gesturing. You know what I mean? Cigarette is cigarette. If I hold up 2 fingers and act like I'm smoking, I'm smoking. Like it doesn't. You don't need. Doesn't matter what language you speak. You're like, oh, the guy wants a cigarette. You know?
Yeah.
Like that to me, that would be the universal language. You know? And the only people you're leaving out is blind people. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Well, they got hearing, so maybe they can hear the gestures or.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't that like knock out a lot of the barriers? Like.
Well, you would think so, yeah. It definitely would, absolutely. But then you got laziness that kind of gets in the way there. You know, just like, what do you mean you want me to learn a different language? Yeah. And again, that's what we always, you know. So I always crack up about like people that you know are from another country or something, and you pronounce that word wrong, and really the only thing they have to say is, how many languages do you speak?
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
And then they'd be like, well, you're in America, so
yeah, you should learn English and say it right. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I heard you in your Spanish class. Your pronunciation was perfect. Jesus, it's weird. Anyways, I've heard people get annoyed by like. When they're talking normal, like if I was to say, that I made ceviche the other day, and I'd be like, and then I added the jalapeno. But if I say it like instead of just saying, and then I added the jalapeno, and just say it like relax, or if I try to like, talk completely normal and then be like jalapeno and like really accentuate it, they get offended by that.
Oh, a lot of people do.
Like, why do you gotta say it like that? Well, that's what the word is. Like,
you'd be pissed off if I wasn't pronouncing.
Yeah, no matter how I say
that word right.
It's a Spanish word. There is no translation for it. And then I put some hot pepper in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't think there's an English translation for that word.
No, there isn't. It's jalapeno. I mean, that's what it is.
People do it with like the Spanish too, and then we're gonna have some spaghetti.
Yeah.
And they go right back to talking normal. Like it would be weird, but people do say, jalapeno. They try to say it at least.
Yeah. Some people definitely do. I do because I'm first language, and my mom always said, pronounce your fucking words correctly. And
did she say it like that?
Pretty much, but in Spanish. I mean, it was always like that, which is probably why I pronounce English the same way, because I pronounce it correctly. Yeah. But I mean, I know. To me, I get away with it a little bit more because they know I'm, Mexican, so I say jalapeno and this, and what are they gonna do what are they gonna tell me anyway? I'll just fucking choke them out or something.
Well, fucking it up on purpose is pointless.
Yeah. Jalapeno. Yeah.
Jalapeno.
Yeah, jalapeno. It's definitely different. But yeah, there's just some words that aren't fucking. They're just not substitutable, I guess you could say. So
the proper pronunciation for jalapeno, is that different depending on where you are in the country? Because
not that I know.
We have drawls. We have like the Boston accent. People say things differently in America.
I mean, there might be a different dialect on some, but
Brazil is different because they actually say like the S's.
They actually say Brazil. And then with the J's, they actually pronounce it like it's actually Jose there. Yeah. I don't know, though. I really don't know. I haven't been in enough different areas of Mexico to know, but...
Kind of a curiosity of mine.
Yeah, they have different things. Different words
Texas
that mean different things.
Correct you.
Yeah.
Well, dude... From Minnesota, man, we're not gonna say the word the same.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it is. It's just there's the different parts of the state, or the different parts of the country. Hell, even parts of the state sometimes.
Different parts of the city.
Different parts of the city. 16th Street versus fucking, I don't know, 78th and
Avenue.
So the dark side over there. So it is. I have no idea, but it is interesting.
For sure.
Going to places, and I mean, Canadians speak English, but their shit's all weird too. I'm gonna phone you back. You're gonna fucking phone me back. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what that's all about.
Yeah, what's all about? Right?
I hear it every once in a while with mine. I don't say bout, but I don't say boot. But there's like it's like a hybrid.
Medium.
Yeah, it's a little medium in there, and I don't do it all the time. But every once in a while, I'll be like, "Oh, that was almost a boot."
Oh, it's almost boot.
I almost said boot. Fuck
and then
me.
the process. The process. Because I think that's like UK, right? I think that's how they say it too.
Yep.
And they spell color COLOUR.
Yeah, right, buddy.
But it's always nice when I go on the website. I'm like, stabilize. Oh, they use an S. That's English.
Yep. Yep.
So I just skip past that.
Stabilizer.
Stabilizer.
What's a stabilizer?
Colorization.
Do they not have the Z over in England or what?
I don't know. Maybe they don't.
Is it pizza?
Or is it pronounced differently there?
Maybe.
No. The Z sounds like a ha. Oh, okay.
Oh, like Jay's.
Just like Jay's. Like Juan and Joe. All right. Well, let's
wrap this bitch up.
A minute and a half. Don't know if everything will make it on there. We'll see. I'm sure it will. Or I don't know. Baden will probably look at it. Maybe he'll cut out some of the boring shit that we did. Like, we actually got to talk about weather a little bit, and that's considered small talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. You be the judge.
Part of it was from the letter, though, too, wasn't it? The weather.
Well,
before. Oh, yeah, we were though. Weren't we? Yeah. Okay.
You make the call. Yeah. So, I don't know. It'd be nice to have these fucking mics around us all the time.
Hell yeah.
But,
we got some shit to say.
Yeah. And then we just get fucking rolling on shit. Anyways, we just got a couple little few things that we're gonna wrap up ourselves, but
yes, sir.
Want to thank you again for taking the time to listen to our podcast.
Definitely. Thanks for checking us out. We appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoy everything. If you don't, let us know. If you do, let us know. Get on there and subscribe to all our stuff. Check out our YouTube channel, Juan and Joe Studios. I'll also let you know about the website, juanandjoecomedy.com, where we link some of our videos, and the podcasts live on there as well. And then, what else do we got?
Our ktshirts.net. Check those shirts out. They're minimalist graphic tees, and they are $19.99 and free shipping in the U.S. only. You can always shoot us an email or a comment, whatever it is. And also, if you guys have, if we offended you in any way, then just stop listening to the fucking thing, okay? Don't want to fucking hear any comments and shit and blah, blah, blah. Nope. If you have that much fucking time to kill, fucking put it somewhere where it's worth it, because I don't really give a shit, honestly. Not that we've had that, but eventually we might. And I just want to say, that's just one thing that irritates me about, sometimes people is they complain about somebody's show or they complain about somebody's whatever, and all they have to do is not fucking turn it on or switch it or listen to something else.
Yep. You've talked about it too, but YouTube needs to get rid of that.
Yeah, that thumbs down shit is complete garbage, because most of them are just doing it because they're just either fucking jealous or they just have nothing else to do.
Right, yeah. God, how dare you put on 5 tips to help you with your Canon camera? I could have done that better. Do it.
Yeah.
Dislike.
Oh, you have 2 million subscribers? Well, I'll show you. This dislike. It just, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, keep it to your fucking self, huh? Or tell your mom, because obviously that's your only friend you fucking got.
Yeah, go upstairs, tell your mom.
Or your stuffed animal, whatever the hell you're having sex with. I don't fucking know.
I hope it's the stuffed animal, not the mom.
I know, but you fucking never know. That's the fucking problem.
Just because you're wearing her dress. I mean, Jesus.
And even scary.
And we're off the rails again.
If it looks better. Always good that way, though. That's okay. That's okay.
Puberty.
It happens.
Bitch.
Puberty's a bitch. So, again, thank you for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed the new episode number 9.
Number 9.
And until then, peace out, motherfuckers.
Later.
That's a fucking wrap.